Dear everyone, are you confused as to what truth is? Every seeker of truth who is despondently crying out for light is initially confused. Confusion is but natural. Confusion does befall on all seekers of truth sometime or the other in their spiritual journey. Once, someone who was a great devotee of Lord Ram asked Buddha, "Please tell me, does God exist?" And Buddha said, "No, God doesn't exist." Buddha's disciples were rejoicing on hearing that there was no God. And the whole town was also rejoicing because they were now free of heaven and hell. But after some days, another man who was an atheist, who had a lot of doubt on God's existence, questioned Buddha. "O enlightened one, please tell me if God exists." And Buddha said, "Yes, God exists." Now Buddha's disciples got confused. Actually, Buddha answered about God as to what was relevant to be said to the carrier of the question. What the holder of the question demanded, that Buddha answered. And also, as long as you are part of your confused mind, so long every spiritual answer, not only about God, just about anything related to the spiritual quest, keeps confusing you. Because truth is paradoxical. Hence, it is confusing. It is tricky to understand it. Like, we know that right and wrong exist. We know that good and bad exist. But do we know that they exist as well non exist simultaneously? If we fail to detect both extremes together and cling only to something right in any incident, then we miss the wrong part in it. Or if we notice only wrong in a situation, then we will miss the right in it. Like, because you can't see stars in the day, it doesn't mean that stars don't exist in daytime. Stars exist both in the day and in the night. Only that in the night they are visible. Both good and evil exist in a situation as well non exist. It's the same with the right and illicit, which also exist and non exist together. So do joy and sorrow, so do bliss and woe exist together, so do triumph and falsehood. All dualities exist as well non exist simultaneously. All polarities exist amidst the non existential reality. Now you may get confused as to how can something exist as well non exist simultaneously. Of course, your confusion is appropriate because confusion happens in your mind. It shakes its existence topsy turvy. The mind cannot produce answers because it is itself entangled in confusions. And how can something which is itself in darkness lead to light? Hence, whatever answers that are produced in the mind leads only to more and more confusions. And confusions exist until you are part of your acquired mind. The acquired mind is full of darkness, and your deep subconscious mind is full of light. The dualities, that is, the positives and the negatives, are part of the peripheral form of mind, and understanding their non existence, that is, the non existence of the dualities, are part of the illumined mind. But since presently you are part of the acquired mind, you feel confused. But as you enhance your understanding of life and awareness of life, you will start to ladder through your dualities and cross its border and fall into a vast, infinite arena of life. And without laddering through the opposites, you cannot surpass your own darker part of mind. You can surpass the dualities in the mind only by crossing through the darkness surrounding it. Darkness is the lower end and brightness is the higher end of your mind. And you can reach to the height of light only by crossing through the abyss of darkness. You cannot go up without going down. It's strange but true. The hue of the fragrance of a flower can spread only by its roots digging itself into filth. A flower on top of a tree to bloom, it can bloom only by its roots digging itself deep into the earth. Without the below, there is no the above. Both up and down exist simultaneously. A tree to reach to the skies, its roots have to go diagonally opposite deep into the earth. The positives can reign high only by laddering through the negatives. So do not fear for the negatives in your mind. Just see that the positives and negatives as just players in the stadium of your life. And when you accept them as two teams in a game, then life becomes adventurous to you. And when life is adventurous, then there will be no more burdens in life. Now, strangely in this game, the positives move to one end as much as its counterpart negatives move to the other end. Just like the pendulum in a clock. The pendulum's hand moves right in the same proportion as it moves to the left. The proportionate only varies with the range of its speed. Like the more fearful you are, the more courageous you will become in life. The more attached you are, the more detached you will become in life. You might have heard of Navakoti Narayana, who was terribly attached to wealth. But after that incident of the theft of his wife's nose ring, anyway, later the Lord himself gave back his wife a similar kind of a ring. But after this incident, Navakoti Narayana became so detached to wealth and he became a dasa to Lord Purandara and was also called as Purandara Dasa. So never fear for adversities in life because only adversities create transformations in you. We know about Ashoka the Great who ruled India for about 40 years. But do you know his early 20 years, it was full of wars and bloodsheds. He even killed some 99 of his brothers. He also captivated many loyal officials of his own court and even killed many of them. But in the Kalinga war, he slaughtered and deported more than 2 lakh inhabitants and also left thousands of others to die out of disease and famine. But after this battle, he experienced some sort of transformation in him. As he walked across those battlefield by looking at those bewildered, blood oozing out lives. And somehow he then gave up war and embraced Buddhism and walked on the path of peace and ruled with justice and mercy for the rest of his years. It is strange that good blossoms through bad, like flowers bloom through filth. So whatever confusion you have, it is only a comprehension in disguise. Just like darkness is also important as much as is light. Clarity is important, so also is confusion significant. A child to be born has to first cross through intense darkness in the mother's womb. You can also realize your true self only by crossing through the fears, through the confusions, the doubts, the delusions and darkness accumulating it. So, if you are confused, then celebrate it because when awareness comes, that is its counterpart, awareness comes, you have still to celebrate it. And if you're confused, then it shows that you are beginning to extensively grasp truth. Confusions lead to more deeper comprehensions in life. You should only worry if you're not confused because it shows that you are remaining safe within the boundary of your acquired assumptions. But if you're confused, then your boundary of understanding life is expanding widely. So confusion expands your boundary. It only happens to the true seeker who is willing to cross all the dualities in his life. and thank you for listening now.